Okay, everybody, we are on week 6 this week, or you've gotten to playlist 6. And so I'm just going to go through the playlist with you guys for this week. The first thing that you need to do always is to pass a lesson on iReady or get 40 minutes of iReady time on task. If you haven't passed a lesson, but you can show me that you've done 40 minutes, then that counts as one of your iReady requirements for the week. And again, I would like to point out that you have to do this in week 6. So just make sure that you're getting that done. Even if you're still like on week 5 and you're watching this video, this happens when you're still working on that stuff because it's technically week 6 this week. The other thing that you have to get done this week for week 6 is, and I asked specifically for you guys to do it on Monday. So on Monday, at the end of Monday, I'm going to be checking to make sure all of you guys did this, but it is a quick conference check-in with you guys because conferences is coming up and we really want to be able to share some wonderful things with your parents or guardians, but not only that, we want to know how you guys are doing. And so this is on Google Classroom. So if you go to Google Classroom, you will see where it says conference check-in. It's called the same thing that it is on the playlist. You're going to click on this. You will fill this out, and then you will let us know when you're done. And I even put down there that conference check-in must be done on Monday. So just so you guys know, it has to be done on Monday, or I'm going to be coming to find you. And this will be shown to your parents or guardians. I might also, I will be looking at these before I show them to your parents or guardians, and I might also pull you into a conference. So just be aware that's also why I want you guys to have them done on Monday, so that if I see something that I'm like, I don't agree with that, then I can tell you, because at conferences, if I hear something or see something that I don't agree with, then I'm going to have to tell your parents, yeah, he says he's doing great, but actually he talks the whole hour. So we can have those kind of conversations before it gets to talking to your parents. But just so you guys are aware, these two things have to be done in week 6 or during week 6. Our objective for this week is the last step of RACE, which is explain. So you're going to take these things in order. Step 1, you're going to do the explain diagnostic. You're going to click on here. It's going to be a Google form. You'll submit it. Okay, you're just going to try to do your best. It's step 1 because it's testing you to see if you can already do this skill. Step 2 is the explain Pear Deck. And so you're going to go on here. It's going to show you what explain is. It's going to walk you through some helpful hints and just like give you some practice on explain. And then when you're done, you're done. It shows me in live time, which basically when I say that, it means I will see everything that you're doing. It submits it to me automatically when you're done with it. And so that's another thing I need to tell you guys. When you're doing Pear Decks, make sure you do every single slide, because I've started noticing just a few people who might skip a slide or will like do like 15 out of the 23 slides. Well, you still have to finish that whole thing, especially because a lot of the practice and what's really going to help you is more towards the end of the Pear Deck. It kind of builds on that. So make sure you do that. Step 3 is a race paragraph practice. So now that you guys know all of what you need to do for a race paragraph, I want to see if you can do like a full race paragraph. And so it says on Google Classroom, you go race paragraph practice, which is exactly what it's called. You're going to click on here. I've actually found some articles for you guys. And so like this one is about how music affects your mood, because you guys know I love to play music. And then you actually go through and do the R, the A, the C, and the E, and with some helpful hints. That's kind of the beginning of the race paragraph practice. And then you come down here, which is like very less structured, which I know you guys can see that. But essentially you get another article. This is about furry friends, if you can see that. And then are pets good for your health? So that's kind of another interesting thing that I've like talked to you guys about a little bit, or just like having pets. So I wanted to see what you guys could come up with as far as a race paragraph on that question, using and supporting yourself with some evidence from the text. So you will just go ahead and on this one, you will just go ahead and make sure that you do 4 to 5 complete sentences, and I really want you guys to shoot for 5, especially with like how many um, like things you have to do, but R, A, C, and E need to be included. So make sure you guys do that. Okay, now that I'm done with the practice, I'm going to come down here to, I'm going to skip ahead to the enrichment activity. So I want you guys to be mindful of where you are in your process of getting done with stuff. So if you are like, I actually don't think I can be tested on this yet, like I don't know what I'm doing, then, or like during the race practice, you're like, wow, that was really hard for me. One, I want you guys to ask and get help with that. So if you're like, I don't know what I'm doing on this, please raise your hand and ask. Um, and then, but also if you're like, you know what, I just think I need more practice, like I'm getting it now, but I just need to do it again before I take the performance assessment, then you can come down here and you can read some articles and find out some information on Abby Sunderland and do the practice that way. And the practice is also on Google Classroom as it says. So you just come down here and you're like, oh, Abby Sunderland race paragraphs, just like it's called on the playlist. You click on this and it's going to be a lot of the same thing. Read these articles, watch these news broadcasts. Yeah, we're not just looking at articles for this one. Take some notes. So this will help you really get into like what Abby Sunderland was all about. And then answer these 2 questions, which I honestly really like this story and I think you guys will love this story as well. But I want you to argue both sides of this opinion. And you'll see more of what I mean when you read the article, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, that's what she's talking about. But basically, you are going to argue from both points of view, or like why this issue is so controversial. You're going to argue both sides. And so you're going to fill out both boxes and write 2 paragraphs for this. And this is also some really great practice. So if you want to do that, if you need to do that, do that. If you want to do it because you think it sounds fun, like you're like me and you think those kind of things sound fun, then you can do that. And then going back to the playlist, when you're done with the playlist or you're done with the enrichment activity, when you're ready to take the performance assessment, there's 2 things I ask you to do. One, and this is a check mark, I need you to check this off your list. Every time I give you a rubric, you've heard me say this before, you look at the rubric so you know exactly how I'm going to grade you. So I'm going to expand that so you guys can see this. And I'm going to let you read through this one. I'm not really going to read through a lot of this other than to tell you that you need to write incomplete sentences for this assignment or for these assignments. And you need to, or you're going to be graded on restate, answer, citing text evidence, and then because our focus is on explain this week, there's 2 areas of explain that you have to include every race paragraph. So you're going to be graded on those as well. So this assignment is going to be worth 15 points. Read through this column right here. Get to the you have mastered this skill, because by the time you're done writing, or when you're done writing, it should look like this and you will get 100%. So just so you are aware, when we give you rubrics, it's to help you and to show you exactly how to get a really great grade on the assignment. So the actual performance assessment itself is right here. You read your 20 minutes and then you do your race reading reflection questions, which is kind of similar to what we did last week. Or not last week, but 2 weeks ago when we did the restate and answer. You guys did it with your reading. And this is on Google Classroom. So I'm going to go back here and it says race reflection reading questions. I'm going to click on this just to show you guys real quick. If it'll load. Okay. I just want to point out one thing for this. There are 4 questions here. I want you to read the instructions. You only have to do one of the questions. So read through all 4 of these, and I want you to pick the one that you think that you can give me the best race paragraph at. Like, I don't want you to do all 4. I'm not going to grade you on all 4. I'm only going to grade you on one. And so if you read through this and you're like, what is the moral of the story? I don't even know what that is. Then obviously you don't want to write a race paragraph on it. But if you're like, who is the main character that you are most like, and you can actually compare yourself to a character, then you can do that and write a race paragraph on it. But if you're looking at one of these and one stands out to you and you think you know more about that, or you have more of an opinion, or if you have more of an answer for that question, you might as well do that one. Um, so yeah, that's what the performance assessment is for this week. And going back to the playlist, that's it. So let me know if you have any questions. If you need help, please raise your hand, and then I will be coming around and helping you guys.